Hello, everybody. Welcome to the penultimate episode of our ghosty, spooky times here at Film Seizure. I am Jeff Arbuckle. Chuckling along in the background is Jason Oliver.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Hi ho.
Hello.
E-Frog here.
Oh, boy.
Olivering along in the background is
It's Chuck Moore, yes. That was far more that was far better than what I could have possibly come up with. The gears were still turning.
You were going to come up with something. I'm like, I've already got this.
No, you've already got it. And at some point, you probably saw me go.
That one make good.
He's got
That
nothing.
make good.
He's got nothing. Me to the rescue.
This week we have Mike Flanagan's early Mike Flanagan.
Very early. Yeah.
Oculus from 2013.
At this point, he had only made... Well, he had a few things that I think are really hard to find. I don't know what they are.
Well,
Like
this itself was based on a short film.
Yeah. Like he has 3 feature films that I've never heard of that came out in 2000, 2001, and 2003. I think they're probably very like low budget, maybe even like independently student stuff. But his first like feature film was Absentia in 2011, which I still haven't seen. It's got Dexter's wife in it, I think. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. But anyway, this was his second big like studio feature. It was Blumhouse and weird
WWE.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
weird.
well, I mean, in that scene where Karen Gillan like body slams a ghost, I was like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Gotta get a little bit of body slam going on in there.
It gave me flashbacks.
And then she was like, ooh, yeah. And I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, let me show you something, brother.
But it would be several years until he like really burst on the scene. Like he made 3 movies in 2016. None of them were really like huge hits. Maybe Ouija, Origin of Evil, but no, I mean, it's like a prequel to a bad Blumhouse movie. Hush was I think distinguishedly him, which is a very good home invasion movie in 2016. But like, I think where he really like made people take notice was when he made Stephen King's Gerald's Game, which was in 2017. It was a Netflix
which then
movie.
led to
Yeah, and that led to like everything else. Yeah, it was The Haunting of Hill House, like all of his TV stuff, and then all of his Stephen King stuff, like Dr. Sleep, Life of Chuck. Yeah.
When I saw the WWE productions, I had a flashback because Stephanie and I had decided when we were in San Diego, like one night we didn't have anything to do. And I'm like, well, you pick a movie tonight. I'll pick a movie tomorrow. And she's like, this looks interesting. And she picked a movie. And the first thing that popped up was WWE Studios. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, no. What was it?
I
No
can't
Holds
remember.
Barred.
I can probably find it. And maybe while you guys are talking, I'll look for it. But it was fucking awful. So as soon as this popped up on this movie, I'm like, I know it's Mike Flanagan, but no.
Oh no. Well, the only other WWE Studios film I think we've covered on the podcast was the last Leprechaun movie.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Because it was the little wrestler guy.
Yeah.
That was just before your time, I believe.
We were kind of like pleasantly surprised by that one. Because the one before it was so bad.
Yeah, I think we're outliers on some of our opinions of those movies and of the last Hellraiser movie before the reboot.
Yeah, I'll stand by it. I'll stand by it, but I don't care. What was it? It was one of them. I'm pretty sure one of the Leprechaun ones was a WWE.
Wasn't it Origins?
Leprechaun Origins. You're absolutely right. It was. Yep.
So
Right
yeah.
there.
So I mean, we're
year as Oculus. WWE is out there. They're out there
making movies,
making Leprechaun Origins, Scooby Doo, a WrestleMania mystery, Road to
That
Paloma.
sounds actually awesome.
Road to Paloma. I don't know what that is.
No, that's Scooby Doo. I'm gonna
Jingle All the Way 2, See
Ooh.
No Evil 2,
Ugh.
and Mike Flanagan's Oculus.
I want to see that Scooby Doo movie though.
Oh, sure.
I'll watch that one.
It's an animated thing. It
Oh,
looks like.
perfect.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Fucking perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to look that up. I'm going to watch that.
You should.
Um,
Report back.
all right, we'll do. Yeah, so I didn't know much about this movie except that it was like, okay, well, Karen Gillan's in it. This was right after she finished with Doctor Who.
Yeah.
She was not yet in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. She was still kind of, I mean, like she was known for being in Doctor Who for a certain set of people, but I mean, obviously Guardians made her, I mean, like kind of wrote a bunch of checks.
Right.
Because she ended up being major parts of the last couple of Avengers movies too. So that's, you know, like she's come a long way since her days on Doctor Who. So I knew that she was in it, and I knew that generally people seem to say, hey, you know what? This movie's got something. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, I agree. This movie's got something, and Karen Gillan's in it.
Yeah.
Well, since I didn't
generally
know,
agree with that assessment as well. Yeah.
since I didn't know who she was, like, because I'm an idiot, I was like, Jeff has to love this woman. Jeff and Jason love it.
So hey, when she was reading off all of those times to the camera, like of all those murders, I was like, I could watch this for fucking hours.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite part of the movie.
Oddly hot.
It is my favorite part of the movie. It is sexy. It's also like really well written and impeccably performed.
And it's interesting.
The entire scene is my favorite thing in the movie.
100%. Yep. But it was at times disturbingly hot.
Oh yes. Right there with you, buddy.
So anyway, but no, this is based on Oculus Chapter 3, The Man with the Plan, which is a short film that Mike Flanagan made. Makes me wonder, are there other I didn't do any research.
I have not seen that. My guess is that it's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek sequel.
Leonard Part 6?
Yeah, a little bit. Like where he probably is like he's telling this story in the context of like this is a lot of things have happened before this, right?
You know,
which is why I think that's part of the flashback aspect of this movie.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like he's telling this story, but a lot of shit has happened before this already. Yeah.
I also think that makes him perfect for Stephen King business.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it always seems like Stephen King is writing in the middle of something.
Here's the thing about Flanagan and King. The thing I don't think people talk about enough is that both of them have a way. Sorry.
No, that's you're good.
Am I back?
Yeah, back.
Both of them have a way with dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
There have been very rare occasions where people have been able to translate King's dialogue into at a more modern time, right? Like when he writes in the time and place where he writes it, it feels authentic, but it's always very kind of kitschy, right? But he also writes in a very human way of people where they just naturally find each other and want to be in each other's presence. Like the way he writes Community is better than any author I've ever read. And that's something that also is not talked about enough with King. Flanagan has the exact same traits as a dialogist. Is that the right word?
Sure.
He does. When I hear what he writes and what people say on screen from his scripts, it feels like I'm reading a King novel.
He was taught by King.
Yeah,
like it feels like
they have a kinship in their talent that I think they're the perfect match for one another. Like nobody else has really come close other than Darabont, but Darabont has been more about adapting his like dramatic work.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Flanagan is not afraid to go for some of the goofier stuff, and it works. It just works.
You know, I meant to ask you, Jason, and Chuck, you haven't seen Life of Chuck yet, have you?
No,
I mean, outside of experiencing it.
Yeah.
Other than experiencing it.
No, I have not seen the movie yet.
It's very good.
Yeah, I loved it. It hit me at a very specific right time to see a movie like that. All of the narration, was that essentially just lifted from the King?
If I remember correctly, I've read the short story, but it's been a bit. It's not that old of a short story, but I bought that book of short stories, or I got it for Christmas the year it came out, and I haven't visited it since. But yes, it felt very familiar. The words, yeah,
because it just sounded like like, okay, maybe it's not quite at the level of, say, something like Shawshank, but it felt like it was akin to that,
yeah.
Real quick, I discovered the movie, the WWE Studios movie.
Oh yes,
it was called No One Lives.
Oh,
from 2012, and my review of it was more like No One Finishes. Because we quit watching it 24 minutes in.
Oh,
well, it sounds like that movie needs some hymns.
Yeah,
it's got Luke Evans in it. Okay, yeah, this doesn't look fairly good.
It's not even close.
And it was a year. It was the year before this one. So,
yep,
yeah.
Anyway,
oh boy. Okay.
So anyway, no, I mean, to what you were saying about the dialogue that Flanagan did, you really do, like, it does not take you very long at all to understand these two characters.
Yeah.
That is really, really important for any movie, but it's really important that, because this movie it's got business to do. You can't spend too much time fleshing out the characters. So you gotta get it right really quickly, like in their first scenes, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you certainly get the understanding that, like, the guy has gone through something. He seems to be in a different, better place with that thing that he went through. And his sister is chomping at the bit to put this, to deal with it her way.
Right. Because he's been therapeutically changed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And whatever, if that's the right terminology. And she's been living with this in the outside world. And even her doctor, or his doctor, when he releases her, is like, your sister has been out there living with this. The most important thing for you is your recovery, no matter what she's going through. So yes, the movie does a great job of establishing where both of them are now.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the movie informs you why.
Yeah,
and it does a good job of setting up both of their POVs as convincible, right? Because his POV is that what they experienced when they were children, which we haven't fully seen yet, was what he remembers didn't actually happen. It was a traumatic reaction to make sense of what happened. And that everything that he supposedly experienced was just his mind playing tricks on him. That's what his doctor is trying to get him to be convinced of in order to be deemed healthy and able to re-enter society.
Right.
Because, as we find out, we found out pretty early that he's the one who had to kill his father in like this thing, this familial, what's the word, annihilation situation, right? That he was the one who saved his sister by killing his father. So he's got like this super fucking bad trauma from this. So he comes out of this feeling like all these things that I supposedly remembered about why this happened were fake.
Or justification for what I did.
They were all just like my brain, my mind trying to make me feel better about the situation. Yeah.
The well, and the movie starts with a nightmare.
Yeah.
Which put him back into that situation. And like you see some imagery that you will see the rest of the movie. You know, certain like ghosty types of, but when he's relaying what he saw in the dream to his doctor, he's like, the doctor's like, this is the first time you saw it from your perspective. So that means you have taken the responsibility for it and you're cured. Everyone did a good job here. Go home.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't know if he relayed the full story of what he saw in his dream to his doctor.
Right.
Because that goes directly anti what he tries to tell his sister later.
It's a little bit Nightbreed, I think. It's a little bit like I'm still having these nightmares and I still, maybe some part of me believes that they're real, but that's crazy. I know I've been told that they're not real. So I'm just going to I am able to take autonomy to push them back, and I don't need to mention them at every whim, right? Like, right. I think it's part of his so-called recovery, to me. But yeah, yeah.
And she's working at, she works at an auction house.
Yeah.
And she has been auctioning off pieces of things that, well, the mirror has come back into her orbit, basically.
Yeah. Her whole mission and her job has been to find this antique.
Yeah. So they sold off, so like the stuff that happens to these two as kids happens in what, 2002 or 3?
Yeah, it's I think it's like 11 years later because he was
2002, 2013. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she went into the foster system. Nobody bought their house. So she just kept the house, but everything inside it was sold off. And so she has spent most of her adult life tracking down the mirror.
Yeah.
And it gets auctioned, and she has her moment now. Her brother's getting out of the hospital.
Yeah, it's pretty.
She's found the mirror. Well,
but that could be the mirror's plan.
I think that's the mirror doing it. Yeah. But so the mirror has come back into her orbit. Her brother is out of the hospital. She has arranged to take possession of the mirror before it gets transferred to the buyer.
Yeah.
And so she brings it back to their old house, and she brings her brother back to her. Now, which is, I mean, when she first sees it, it's like there's this really happy reunion outside the hospital, and she's like, here's your half, here's a check for your half of the inheritance, to help him kind of get back on his feet. But while you're getting back on your feet, I want you to stay with me and my fiance.
Yeah.
Also, are we going to do the thing that we promised 11 years ago that we were going to do? And he's like, huh? And he's like, destroy that.
You promised to never forget. Yeah.
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 And it's because I think it's around this time that he also mentions, for the first time, that there is something here where I can't remember exactly what he said, but he shows some. He's resistant to the idea of like, what are we doing here? What is this? Why can't we just not do this?
Well, yeah, because he's convinced that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, so yes, he's like, we need to move on. This thing that you're holding on to never happened. It was just, I mean, I killed dad because he killed mom, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
Basically. And she's like, well, you forgot. You forgot. Yeah.
It does a great job of pitting those two ideas against each other, right? For this whole first act. It if you didn't already know this is a horror movie, which is kind of like one of its faults in my opinion, is
I've got a lot to say about that.
You should be able to like come at both point of views with equal rationality, right? But I think we're too heavily influenced by Karen Gillian's story because we know that it's probably the true story.
Well, right. It's also so okay.
And there's not there, and it doesn't remain ambiguous enough.
It's like a Frailty kind of thing in a way.
Yeah.
It's got that where the mystery or the twist might happen is a little bit betrayed by the fact that we know what kind of movie it is.
Yeah.
So the one thing is likely true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because so one of the things that I was really getting into with this movie was the idea that this maybe isn't a ghost story. Mm-hmm. But then I realized it can't not be that because we saw the nightmare with all the ghosty stuff in it and it's not explained as such. It's not set, it's like, so it's like, and also, yes, I know it's a horror movie, but you can make it a horror movie and still not be a ghost movie. You know what I mean? Like, this can be a movie about a horrible thing that happened to these two kids.
Sure.
That can be a horror movie.
Frailty kind of walks that line too. This movie kind of reminded me in tone like of that.
Yeah.
Because there's the two siblings that believe different things.
Yeah.
And they're both like their father is the cause of them. There's a lot of what happens in Frailty that reminds me.
Frailty does a good job of like towing the line of the supernatural though. It does a better job of that than this.
This is pretty overt. This reminds me more of like an Amityville horror.
Well, this is
a far better Amityville movie than any of them.
This becomes Lovecraft.
I don't know about that.
Is what this becomes Lovecraft.
It is Lovecraft.
It's Lovecraft. It's like the unexplainable alien, right? The thing that if you think too much about it, you'll go mad, kind of thing, right? It's what this is, and it's fine for what that is. That's perfectly fine. But it telegraphs itself, I think, too.
Well, and I think part of the problem is that, I mean, it can be this really compelling idea of this is how this family tragedy manifests itself in these two characters.
Yeah.
For one, it's, I saw this stuff happen and I finished it.
Yeah.
And I paid the price for finishing it.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the best moments of the movie happens in the final minutes of this movie that is heartbreaking. And that is a horror element.
Sure.
But it also
for the
lets
other
a kid off the hook a little bit too.
Well, but
depending on which moment you're talking about.
Well, I mean, no, I don't think we're talking about the same. But the other side of this story of, no, it was ghosts and it was possession and it was demons coming out of the mirror. It's like, that's a really fascinating way to make the pieces inside your head fit, right? But then I realized it's like, I'm not sure what it would take to actually properly have this movie play out the way I wish it would have, which was more ambiguous.
Right.
Because the problem is that one of the problems with the story is that you sometimes have to come down on one side or the other, right?
Yep.
There's a movie that has recently come out, and Chuck, this might be something you and I can talk about, where it's sold as a ghost movie, and I don't think there's a single ghost in it.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's ambiguous enough, but it doesn't toe the line for as long as this movie does. And it becomes a little wobbly in like, okay, I really, really, really wish it was the guy's thing, which was a terrible thing happened, and we just put it into our heads that it was otherworldly.
Well, the problem is it becomes conventional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, I'm not saying that Mike Flanagan couldn't make this movie better, but.
Well, he did make this movie better, like 3 or 4 times later.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he became like the master of the haunted house film afterwards.
Right.
I mean, if you consider his miniseries, haunted house films, which
Sure.
they're genius, and they do everything in Oculus to almost perfection. It's even the flashback stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because it's very clumsy to me, the flashback stuff in this. I know he tried to make it like linear and to show you like the parallels,
yeah,
to parallel the two things, but it still felt clumsy because everything in the flashback was so inevitable that it was uninteresting. And it didn't, to me, it didn't inform the present enough in a compelling way.
There was also the idea that what was happening in the present was impacting the past, which isn't really fully executed either. I don't know if you guys picked up on that stuff.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yes, and I think that was the intention, or at least it was alluded to, and it wasn't really like fleshed out. Like their future selves were in a lot of those past scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's very clearly again, kind of, maybe this is more of like that Lovecraftian idea of like, there's inexplicable, unexplainable time loops and like, but which is fine. And I almost want to see that, but this is the most engrossing yet mildly frustrating movie that I've ever seen, because like I really, really like this movie, but I dinged it hard for the fact that it's like, man, I wish it was more ambiguous.
If someone lesser than Carrie Gillian was our lead, it would be pretty forgettable. I really do believe that, because even with the dialogue, like she just nails it. She gets that Flanagan kind of like cadence that you see so much later in his career. And to me, like watching Oculus was like, this was his film school for Haunting of Hill House. Like in so many fucking ways.
He learned all his lessons.
With the way we think about those time loop flashbacks, it's Haunting of Hill House to a T. That he makes work in that doesn't quite get there in this, because I think it's because he's trying to make a short film into a feature, and he feels a little bit constrained by that. When he learned from that, and then maybe let himself write something somewhat original around that idea, he was able to make all those problems go away.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just, it's so hard to even try to explain what I wanted out of this movie.
Yeah.
Yet, there's nothing, like, outside of that. Like, the performances are fine. The concept is fine. And I think that there are some very interesting things that happen in this movie. I can't explain it other than just to say, I wish it was more ambiguous about what was really happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I guess
even the ending, but we'll get to the ending when we get to the ending. Chuck, you look like you're falling asleep. You want to say something?
No, I was just listening. I've nothing exactly to say up to this point. I was just like ruminating in my head if we even started talking about the movie yet.
I think we've gotten to the point where there are they're together in the house, and they're going to. She is going to perform the experiment, and
so we have
and essentially we went off in a tangent about their dichotomy, right, between their perception of what happened in all the flashbacks.
Yeah.
So basically they get to the house, they bring the mirror into the house, because he's even surprised that it's the house. He's like, what do you mean house? And she's like, the house, like their
he's like,
house.
what is your address? And she's like, no, the house. And he's like, oh.
Yeah, because as she puts it, it's like, she was the only person in freshman year dorms that was a homeowner, because nobody bought the house.
She was the only one in junior high that was a homeowner.
Right. Like she, it's like everything inside it was sold, but it itself could not sell.
I will say at this point in the movie, I did not like her at all. And I don't even know if I end the movie liking her.
I don't think she's meant to be likable.
But she's controlling her brother, who, like, the fact that he just got out of 11 years of care to fix his brain, whether you want to talk about like conversion therapy or what they actually did to him in there. I think you kind of got to leave out of it, right? For the purpose of the story. For the purpose of the story, we have to assume that he's kind of mentally healthy now, right? Even if he's
at least come to terms with what happened. Yeah.
But that's what makes this movie interesting, right? Is all of that. I mean, it's her obsession and her expectation that he feels the same way as her is what drives this movie.
Her controlling him to bring him in, like enticing him to the house after he's already agreed to meet her at her house, and then saying, no, not that house, the house.
Yeah.
Is like, I hate her for it.
She is still the 12-year-old version of herself. The only difference is that she has an adult's anger over that past.
Well, but she has an
11-year obsession that's driven her. That's driven every aspect of her maturity has been about this. Yeah.
But it's also made her at least have a goal or a focus on how to attack this thing, which is kind of cool that she brings science at a mystical or like that. I'm always interested by that stuff. It's like the Ghostbusters, but not so focused on laser beams, where you're like using science to try to control the variables and then have that kill switch and all that stuff. I'm like, none of that's going to work, but it's super cool. That's the other part I didn't love about this movie, because I'm like, none of what she's thinking will work.
Every single movie we've covered this month has featured a character or characters who have used electronic material to like record the presence of a ghost. Every single one.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and the way that they use the stuff that she brings in, like that one scene when they show them organizing, and we're not there yet, it's just really fucking cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah. Because it's, and the way that they react, they each react similarly but subtly different. And again, that's, it's like the performances are really good in this movie.
Yeah, there's still skepticism from the younger brother. Yep. Like, even when things are happening where he shouldn't be a skeptic, you're like, okay, dude, you need to give in to this thing. Like, you can't.
Right. And
you
vice
can't
versa,
keep thinking what you're thinking. Yes.
When there's a rational thing presented to her and she can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or refuses to see it.
Refuses to see it. Yeah.
But this is what is also interesting to me, because she is thinking about the fact that these entities or whatever she believes is in that mirror or there will impact them now. But all that we know, like everything that they did as children, was unimpacted by the ghosts at this point. Only their parents were being impacted by whatever was in the mirror.
It seems like
that's that fuzzy stuff I was talking about earlier with their future selves actually being there, maybe change what we think is true right now. But it's still cool because she's thinking from that angle, like it took over our parents. And he's like, no, dad killed mom because she went crazy. So he went crazy, like whatever. Sorry.
No, it's interesting. I was just thinking again about how you said that you found her unlikable. And I agree. I think she's supposed to come off that way. Thinking about it more, about it more and more, you think about if they are a dichotomy, she should be the least believable of the two, right?
Yes.
And her obsession should make you be wary of her. And then her treatment of the dog. If there's nothing else, if you're going to subject an innocent animal to a demonic force or whatever it might be,
I mean, it's a puppy that she won't even name.
That's a fireable offense. Yeah,
yeah.
And
the fact that she, go ahead, Jason.
And so
Sorry.
that's why I think that everything in the movie is kind of like trying to make you feel that way, and I do feel that way to a certain extent. But I also feel like I believe her. So it's a little bit neutralized, but then it's that moment that we're about to get to when Mike Flanagan lets the dog get away, which is really important because if the dog died, you would not have any more empathy for Karen Gillan's character, even if you wanted to.
Yes, and I think what's supposed to make her devoid of emotion, the fact that she calls it dog, actually informs you that she does, because she doesn't want to be attached to this animal.
Right.
So she just, once she gives it a name, that's over.
Right. Yeah, most definitely. And then when it's gone, when it lives, the audience, I think, breathes a little bit of a sigh of relief.
Yes,
they feel
that
like
would have
they
been
can get more on
irredeemable
her
for
side
her.
now.
Yeah.
And then when you realize, when that moment happens where they're arguing outside of the room and they come in and she sees what she sees and then he sees what she sees and sees it for himself, it all comes crashing down and you realize that she's been right all along.
Yeah.
It's a really cool moment. I just wish I were more surprised.
Yeah. I was
If
surprised
that makes sense, right?
What happened, like how it, like what convinced him. Like I was like, I did not expect them to be rearranging all of this shit and not remember it while they're arguing. Seemingly in the hallway. Yeah. But they're actually in the room moving all this shit.
And it has to be a feeling too, right? Like associated with that he remembers too, of him being in the similar situation, 11 years ago where he was misremembering things.
Yep.
And which is also going to feed into why he thought that he was misremembering things. It makes sense that he would react to that type of psychotherapy because he didn't trust his own memories then anyway. That's the whole mirrors game.
Yeah.
Well, and also, there is something there that you could say about like, why is this movie centered on two characters and we see all of the things happen when they're children?
Yeah.
Because how much do you remember of stuff when you were 10 years old?
Right.
Not much. I mean, you can remember general things. You can remember general feelings or very small,
a lot less now
specific
than when
things.
I was 21, but yeah.
Sure. But I mean, but at the same time, it's like you still only have impressions of things.
Sure.
And
all my memories are painted in French Impressionism, I swear to God. Yeah. It's like Monet. They're all Monet paintings. They're like they're just barely discernible at a certain distance.
Mine's the Take on Me video.
That's cooler than mine.
Yeah, it's all comic book shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean that's probably really true though. But anyway, it's either comic book panels or Simpsons style cartoons. Anyway, but no, it's like it's playing on that too, where it's like, of course, he may have a different perspective of something that he experienced as a kid because he's reconciled it, or whatever. But like, yeah, I mean, it's a fascinating movie. And I wish it was just a little bit better.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you on that completely.
But yeah, so I guess we can kind of explain like, okay, so what they're doing in the present is setting up the experiment And she has done all of her research, even so much so that she's gotten into a little bit of trouble at work for the pictures that she has of all of these various people who've been victims of the mirror before. She's been printing them off at work, and people have been going over to get their actual work, and it's like seeing like, you know, a bad miscarriage, you know, or whatever.
Right.
But so she's doing all of it, and she set up a bunch of cameras. She's got a bunch of fail safes. She's got a bunch of things set up to like gauge the temperature of the room. Because one person died in a tub dehydrated. She's every hour on the hour, eat and drink.
Yeah, she's got timers for eating and drinking. Yeah.
Yeah. She's got her fiance calling her on the hour, every hour. And she's got the kill switch, which is a gigantic, heavy ass pickaxe that you can release, and it will smash into the mirror. Because one of the things that the mirror does is it prevents you from destroying it.
Right.
It does have a crack in it, which we'll find out what that comes from. But ultimately, the mirror has a self-defense mechanism to it. And that was the only time that the mirror influenced them when they were kids, or tricked them as kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's what's going on in the present. Now, in the flashback, they've moved into this house. Tim is a software guy. That's the dad. Or no, Tim's the kid. Alan is their dad. And he is software man, and for whatever reason he's bought this mirror, which we learned when she's kind of going through the history of the mirror in the present, like came from like a royal palace or something in the 1600s or something.
Yeah.
And their mom, who's played by Katie Sackhoff, it's always good to see her and stuff.
Definitely.
And she's like, oh, I'm looking forward to that visa bill. But, he puts it in his office. And very shortly after they moved in, she is starting to believe that her C-section scar has gotten worse. Like that it looks worse than it did after it first healed.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I don't see anything wrong. In fact, I'm going to sex you up. Yeah.
I'm gonna sex you up.
Exactly. That song was not quite as old in 2002.
Color me bad, bro.
Yep. So so basically, like, she's starting to feel unattractive. See, and this is something else. It's like their issues, what the parents do, except for the fact when they go fucking totally like shining crazy.
Yeah.
Because the dad's Jack Torrance. I mean,
yeah,
come on.
It's weird. It's weird. It's Rory Cochrane. It's weird because you never really get to like him at all.
He's always busy. He's always involved with something.
So it does feel like the Jack Torrance, like the Kubrick Jack Torrance, right? The Jack Nicholson Jack Torrance, where you never really trust him at all. You never get that moment where you think he's a good dad.
Yeah, and she is kind of barely hanging on. She's the ash at the end of Shelley Duvall's cigarette.
Yeah. Awkward laughs all the time.
Yeah. But she's so like she's starting to feel more and more unattractive. He is more and more wrapped up in other things, which turn out to be what the daughter, Kaylee, sees, which is another woman.
Yeah.
Which only exasperates the mother feeling more and more unattractive.
Yeah.
Right.
And insecure. Yeah.
And insecure. And she starts to drink. She starts to, like, at one point, they just have toast for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. Like burnt toast.
Yeah.
And she's drinking wine. Yeah.
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 And, and the dad's not home. She doesn't know where he's at or
That
when
feels
he's
like
coming
oddly
home.
personal. I don't know Mike Flanagan's history, but that feels really personal.
Well, I mean, to me, I just thought it's like, oh, they're having a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. So where's the string of popcorn and the, in the toast? But no, but yeah, and it's like he starts to grow more and more irritated when anybody questions things about him. And again, this is when it's really the Jack Nicholson, Jack Torrance from The Shining, where he's like, I don't want you messing around in my office. In fact, he starts to lock it. And he doesn't want people in there at all, ever, even just to come in to ask him a question, because she comes in at one point, and when she's leaving, she hears him say, fat cow.
Yeah.
Which, of course, he's like, I didn't say anything, which it could have been the mirror.
Yeah.
But, it's like it could have, at this point, it could have also been him.
It could have been, it's like you can't trust anything, right? That's kind of what this movie does well, and it's kind of what this movie annoys me with, is that type of ambiguity, right? Is like, okay, but what's the point? I get it, is fucking with us. And that's kind of the fun of the movie is not trusting reality and like the reflection of ourselves, if you want to go deep into the mirror metaphors. But
well, especially when they're trying to maintain that one kid believes their dad was a saint and the other one believes he was a monster. You should have him say that.
Yeah.
Because then we can wonder, like, is he being like compelled to say that by an entity, or is that how he really feels? Because those two things inform the two kids' beliefs too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't know that he said it, then it's giving you too much information.
Yeah.
About
yes.
Does that make sense?
Everything leans towards Kaylee's explanation of things when it doesn't necessarily have to.
It shouldn't.
It should, right.
You should go through a good half of this movie probably wondering which one of them is actually in the right. Because even when Kaylee sees a woman in the room, you only partially see it. You don't even know.
Because she backs away. Like, yeah. I mean,
so that could maintain like questionable as to what she really saw. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't do a great job in like maintaining that balance of confusion.
That balance is what he was going for. I really do, and I think that was the point of the movie.
Right, and
it just doesn't quite.
He did it in the wrong ways. Yeah.
He worked backwards from this is a ghost.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Spiritual obsession,
supernatural thing.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, like, that's a marriage that's deteriorating, which is, it's like I will give it one plus, that at times we are in the shoes of the kids because we don't really fully know why he would cheat or why he would be seduced by something else or why the mom necessarily feels the way she does, other than you can say it's like, well, that's kind of natural for a lot of people, and particularly women when they get to a certain age. I'm sure they're, especially after having kids and all of that, but still, it's like, it's the kids. We are kind of in the shoes of the kids because we don't fully understand the parents' relationship all that well. We really only had 2 scenes of them being a normal, happy couple.
Yeah. And some of those early scenes where they're not are really realistic to me, feelings of kids who are just now coming to the realization that they're not safe. Right. Yeah. And that's scary. Like, that to me is some of the horror of those early flashbacks of that, the coming to that sense of, we may not be safe in this house, and what
Our protectors.
our protectors are going to hurt us. Yeah.
Yes.
And how do we even get out of this situation? Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the other things that happens in the flashback scenes is that they have a dog that suddenly gets sick and suddenly becomes obsessed with the locked study.
Yeah. Yeah.
And eventually the dad seemingly takes the dog to the vet, but I think does not come home with it. And
Did he? I don't remember that.
No, so it's two. This is interesting because you're remembering you're conflating the two memories because when they talk about this, the brother and sister, he remembers the dog getting sick and the father taking it to the vet and then saying, "I don't think we're both coming home." Right, that's what the son believes.
Right,
the daughter.
Well, that's what you hear on the phone too.
Yeah, right. But that was his memory specifically. Yeah. Her memory was that the dog went in there
and never came out. Like, and she sat in front of that door all day. And then when they finally, the dad finally went in there and everybody went into the room, the dog was gone. Yeah.
Yeah. And if we know one thing from this movie, you cannot trust a phone call.
Right. Well,
right.
That definitely further cements that whole thing. Yeah.
Right. But but
I don't think that phone call ever happened, is my point. Like that was his fabricated memory
therapy
within therapy. Yeah.
Well, and because he also says he did the research of Parmo. It's Parmo, right? That's the disease the dogs get. Yeah. Which could
had all the symptoms,
right. It's like bad diet, lethargy,
even
evacuation,
plants around
and plants around him can die.
Yeah. It's all convincing stuff, right? It's like.
But it's again working backwards from dog died to what could cause that. Yeah.
Right. And at this point in the movie, I'm kind of like, I'm feeling it at least, like this debate that's happening.
Correlation is not causation. The movie is what we're watching.
Right. Yeah.
But honestly, I think the problem for me is her evidence when she's going through all the places that the mirror has been and all the crazy tragic deaths that happen is so compelling.
Yeah. It's too compelling.
Like that's not causation or no, sorry, that's not correlation, right? Like that is way too many weird things. Way too many.
But that's when he brings up the dog thing, like to dispute her or the couch. We brought a couch home, it's like, and all this shit happened in the same.
Yeah, and our grandpa died.
It's not even on the same level, right?
Meant to be because he's coming from this off the cuff. She's done 11 years of study and come up with this shit. So she's obviously giving what can be deemed factual info.
He thinks she's cherry picking. But even if that happened in 3 places that mirror was in, it would be pretty compelling to me. Because it's weird shit. It's not just like normal deaths, right? Like that would probably be the craziest death that happened in that place ever. And the mirror was there at every single one of them. So to me, like her case
especially
is
the one
way
teacher,
too compelling to be debunked at that point.
The one professor who like went nuts and then walked out in the traffic. That's some crazy shit.
That's some crazy shit.
And he specifically is ranting about the mirror.
He was trying to break it.
He was trying to break it. Yeah,
out into traffic.
Exactly. Yep.
I have a question for you. Maybe this is an ill time to ask it. And if either of you have a response that needs to wait,
it's never too soon for a 9/11 question.
Okay. Oculus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is this movie called Oculus? It has nothing to do with anything that happens.
Is that Oculus? Is that like Latin to see?
Yeah,
or something like
I'll
that?
tell you what the definition is.
It's an eye. It technically means eye, which I guess if we're talking about your perception, maybe. But it's also a
Oculus.
hole at the top of a dome. Go ahead.
Yeah, round or eye-like opening or design, such as a circular window or an opening at the apex of a dome. It's essentially the top of the Falcon Stadium is an Oculus.
Yeah. What the fuck does that have to do with this movie?
I think what it is so. I think it's
Don't just make something up. I want
no. I think there is a.
Well,
I think it has something to do with the reflection and allowing what that reflection is telling you about yourself into your I don't know, whatever thought.
I mean, it could also be derived from the Latin for occult. But I
Probably
really
not. Go ahead.
Well, it is literally eye. Yeah, I mean,
and it is the word literally means eye. So
That's
I
what I'm
think
saying. So it could be perception.
it's a perception. It's just to what you see, how that relates to your reality. I mean, it's
the guy was in tech, so it could be like a WYSIWYG sort of situation.
Yeah. What you see is what you get. Use your Oculus to draft an email.
Use your Oculus to get a fucking kill switch in the back of the head.
Yep. Oh, that kill switch is fucking rad, though.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Well shot.
I was wondering if there was some real, like, non-speculative kind of connection there, but it doesn't seem like
Yeah,
there
I think
is.
I think it's just, the idea of it's seeing and then there's a mirror reflection kind of coming back at you into you.
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Fair enough.
I agree. You're right.
Because I was kind
staring
of
into the abyss, and the abyss stares into you.
sort of thing. Like
Yeah.
I had been kind of Chuck. I had questioned the same thing, and I kind of thought about it all night. So
Yeah. I was like, it doesn't even mean mirror. At first, I thought Oculus was like associated with the mirror, but it's not.
no,
Anyway.
I mean it
All
could
right.
also literally be a product from the company Meta
Sure.
that sucks you into an alternate reality.
There's a couple of those in my house.
David
I think.
Proninger.
At least
David
one.
Proninger. God. David
God
Proninger.
damn,
Fuck.
Butch,
Proninger.
Return of Butch,
Butch.
Butch Cronenberg.
Oracular Spectacular.
Holy shit.
All right, so let's talk about so
Holy
what ultimately ends up happening in the past is that both parents get possessed by the mirror. The Kaylee in particular, sees her mother kind of become obsessed with the mirror while vacuuming in there.
Yeah.
Like she just is staring with the vacuum running. And then shortly after that, her mother goes crazy.
Banana sandwiches.
Yeah, and starts attacking her. And the dad ends up saving the kids this time and puts her in a sleeper hold. There's the WWE productions.
Oh.
I had joked around about Karen Gillan, body slamming a
Sleeper
hold.
hold.
Yeah,
Wait,
here's
that
the
didn't
sleeper
happen.
hold.
Now I have to question my perception of this movie.
It will forevermore. You will have a vision of Katie Sackhoff body slamming a ghost. Yeah.
No, Karen Gillan body.
Oh, it's Karen Gillan. I thought Katie
yeah.
Sackhoff was the one.
I would like it if Karen Gillan
It makes more sense.
Body
if
slam-
slammed
Katie
Katie
Sackhoff
Sackhoff?
does it. But,
Katie
yeah.
Siegel.
Oh yeah, well.
Oh,
Let's just get a big old.
We got too many
three
names in this. Yeah.
Go.
But
Yeah.
God, that's like a lot of famous people in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I want to say that this is the movie that Kate Siegel met Mike
Probably,
Flanagan
and then
on.
she was in everything afterwards.
And they
they're
got
married.
married and had babies. I think that.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
All right.
Not sure if they had children.
I mean, I could see why. I mean, she came out of that mirror and it's like, you're mine.
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
married in
and-
2016. They have they have two kids.
She's got those creepy mirror eyes.
Oh, they have two kids.
Oh shit!
Oh, redhead and
And a
a
little
younger
dude.
brother. Yeah.
A redhead and a kid.
And
And
another kid.
some
Another
kid.
kid. Yeah.
Some other kid. You got
With
a kid
nothing
and another
remarkable
kid.
about that
Uh-oh.
kid at all.
Yeah, he just added his kid.
Send a creepy mirror
His name is Kid.
to the
Uh,
Yes.
Flanagan household. Yeah.
so basically, it's like, but before he as he tries to call 911, some static comes over the phone and he decides, you know what? Nah, I'm full Jack Torrance at this point. I'm gonna lock her up in the bedroom and I'm gonna continue to be kind of a jerk to the kids.
I disagree with that. Unless you're being funny. He was told what to do on that phone call.
Oh, sure. I mean, clearly he was, because from this point forward, both of them are completely and totally lost.
Yes.
They're practically dead at this point.
Okay. All right.
Because it's like he's not aggressive towards the kids yet. It's like, nope, you stay in the room, shut up, basically. But he's not physically aggressive to the kids yet. It's not until mom is chewing plates.
Yeah.
This family loves to eat glass. Jesus.
God damn. Oh yeah, that was one thing that happened during the present where it's like she's got this fucking round light bulb and an apple, and the whole time I'm just like, I don't know if I want to see this.
I did not want to see that, just so you know.
But it wasn't as bad as it could have been. It was still effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like bring her back bad, but
Oh,
it was still
God.
effective.
I fucking, my mouth hurt. My
Yes.
mouth hurt. I just watched that movie.
That was when the old lady in the secret screening I went to, 2 seats down from me, got up and left.
Legit,
Dude, if I
man.
saw someone chewing on a knife, I would leave too.
Legit, man. That movie did things to me, like made me squirm in ways I hadn't squirmed in a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, probably for me since
Bad squirms, Jeff. Bad squirms.
Okay.
The Hereditary was the last one I
Yeah.
remember
Oof,
squirming
yeah.
really bad too.
Which is kind of
But-
weirdly thematically similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
So but basically, it's like that last night that they were all together was the horror show of like the mom was chewing on plates, and the dad is now ready to start murder. Because at one point he did buy a gun, which the mom was like, I don't feel safer with this. And he's like, well, I'll lock it up in a special place, which is his fucking desk in the monster room.
The monster room.
And
That's where my guns are, by the way, in my monster room.
In your monster room.
right here under my monster room. It's called a shirt. Anyway.
Oh,
Looking swole, looking swole.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so the and also the lady, Kate Siegel, who has seduced the dad, is also wandering around the house chasing the kids. Everybody's chasing those kids. And it eventually gets to the point where and also Kaylee gets strangled by both parents.
Both. Yeah.
At different times.
Uh-huh.
But ultimately, when the Katie Sackhoff mom basically gets to the point where it's like, I'm not going to kill my daughter, she stands up and the dad shoots her.
yeah.
Yeah.
At which point he's going to shoot Kaylee, and that's when Tim steps in, and he ultimately gets the gun and is threatening the dad, and the dad says, okay, I'll help you pull the trigger. And basically he shoots himself by way of
Holy
through
shit.
him.
You just blew through.
Well,
You got somewhere to be, buddy?
no. I'm just saying that. I mean, that's the story of the backstory, right? In the
Yes. And
present,
that is the moment. Just to clarify one thing quickly, that when the dad grabs the gun and has the son shoot him, that that's the moment that's like really heartbreaking for me, but it also lets the kid
Well, you're a
off the
dad.
hook.
I'm not.
But it also lets the kid off the hook because all this time he thought he did it,
Right.
Yeah.
when in reality he did not.
Right. Right. Now, that is not necessarily the part I was talking about, but I see what you're saying there, though.
Yes, that's. I was just going back to like,
Yeah,
this
no,
is
no,
what
no,
I
that's
thought.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. So in the present, basically that the whole flashback, and I think this is where, Jason, you have already mentioned this. I think I've mentioned this too, is that all of that backstory, that's all Kaylee's story.
Yeah.
Like, the only part that is really Tim's remembrance of all of this is done in the opening with his doctor.
I don't agree with that either, because there's plenty of times he's staring into a room and
There
seeing
are.
what happened.
There
in the
are.
past.
There are lots of times where he's remembering what
It's starting to come back to
It's
him.
starting to come back to him, but like it's still
in
it's,
one
it's,
of like the 3 or 4 scenes after they said we should stick together, when they don't stick together, he has all of those flashbacks.
Yeah, they all start flooding. They all start flooding into him, and then somebody's always where they shouldn't be, and they think they're not in every one of those scenarios. Sorry, Jeff. Go
well, no, I mean, I'm not necessarily saying, but what I'm saying is that this, all of the flashback stuff puts the thumb on the weight of, this is where I have the issue where it loses its ambiguity. It puts the thumb on the weight of everything here is monsters. It's not, it's not a, well, no, that's how you came to.
So what you're saying is, once he starts to realize that her memories are true, it's putting the thumb on the weight. Not that they're her memories.
Right.
The fact that he, yes. Sorry, I'm just trying to clear up.
No. And I said that poorly. Yes, you're right.
Okay. Now I get you. I understand you.
Yeah.
He's
Gotcha.
he's corroborating them for the audience. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And the problem is that basically that pretty much kicks in right at the halfway point, which is timing wise very well centered, where like that's when the 2 cameras are pointed at each other and you realize like, oh, ghost shit's happening now.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's also when he tells her, you have to be really brave now, when she said it to him when they were kids. Like, that's where the whole mirror thing comes.
Right.
That is not just the mirror.
Right.
It's stuff I dig in movies when there's mirroring. I talk about this a million times on this show, so I'll shut up.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, you're
about all
right.
you want, but you're totally right. I mean,
You're
right. That's absolutely the intent. Yeah.
Yeah, because then it leans to him bringing, like, basically,
both of our stories are pointing at one another now, when the cameras are pointing at one another, and you start to realize they did film the same thing. We just saw it differently or remember it differently.
right.
Yeah.
And again, I think all of that is very, very cool.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I know what I kind of get what you're saying, that you wish it was a little more ambiguous. I kind of like that it's full blown monster movie, because it reminds me of that, like that old, and I know you said it's better than any Amityville, but like it reminds me of Amityville About Time, with a little kick to it, like a little difference in the storytelling. And it's not or it is actually pretty well fleshed out,
but it's not. Pretty much very similar to About Time.
It is. And Jeff is like, it's far better. I'm like, no, that movie's actually pretty
That movie is actually really good. Yeah.
I have issues. Everything about the word Amityville, I have issues with.
That's the one I think you have not seen, though.
I
thought you
probably
watched it, but I thought you did. I thought you watched all those. Like,
my brain melted with the one with the lamp.
Yeah, that one sucks compared to
but it's also,
that one's got the goofy kid though in it.
That's the one that, like,
that's the one where the kid puts his hand in the fucking incinerator.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's, I mean,
but no, About Time does do stuff with like this, where it's playing with your perception of reality. You're misremembering things. You're
losing
you're causing
time.
harm. You're losing time, and and you're doing things you didn't realize you were doing. Yeah, it's very similar in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Yeah. I like both of them. Yeah.
I do like the idea that once you get into once you get into the realization that it's like, oh, it's full blown monster time, is that you do have these weird like doppelgangers of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I think is, I mean, again, that's kind of like, you brought up H.P. Lovecraft. I mean, there is kind of a little bit of that there, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like these things are bred and come out of the mirror.
Yeah.
To do these things.
And they're unable to trust themselves, right? So
right.
There's this extreme paranoia.
Which then could also make you, I mean, like, okay, maybe this is headcanon, but what if that was what ultimately was the parents when things started to go wrong? Was that the parents, I don't know, fucked off or whatever. I haven't fully baked this idea, but that they could be like the doppelgangers of those parents.
Well, I agree with that. I agree with that because I think that there probably is a mental capacity within each of them that doesn't believe they're doing what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
But the kids are seeing the reality of what the harm that is being done, but maybe mom and dad don't see it that way in their own minds.
They have their own perception.
Right.
Right. That
and I think that's part of
privy to.
That's part of what I think that when the mirror consumes you, that's that whole metamorphosis is complete. Like you are now you've been eaten, right? And you've become part of that manipulation. But I think you also know your role in it, but can't control yourself.
But a childlike mind is harder to manipulate in that way.
I totally agree because they're more susceptible maybe to belief, but I also think that kids are just more emotional to the sense of like that real perception. Like they just get instinctually what danger is.
Right.
That maybe adults are more sensitized or desensitized to.
And the brother had to grow up to see it a different way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. He had to get older to lose that sensitivity to what he saw.
Yep.
There's like cool ideas here that are not fully fleshed out for sure.
Most definitely.
So, all right. So I kind of told the flashback side. Who wants to do the parallel present and some of the stuff that happens with that?
Well, one thing I want to say is the reason I think I don't like the third act of this movie as much is because I really like the second act. I really like the whole skeptic and believer conversation. I really like all of the techie stuff with we're going to prove the existence of this supernatural. I love like all the little manipulations that they're fighting against the mirror around and being able to record that and play it back and work within that world. For me, it goes too quickly into them just having no control for me, right? To the point where I become desensitized to it, and I just know that this is not going to end well. But that's exactly what happens, right? It's like all the really, really interesting stuff starts to wind itself down. And while a lot of the metaphor and imagery and kind of like thematic stuff is really, good, a lot of just that hook for me starts to kind of dissolve.
The last kind of big moment that I recall being like, oh, that was fucking cool, and being influenced by the movie we saw last week is when her boyfriend shows up, or her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Yes. It's a perfect thing to pick up on right here. Yeah.
Or her fiance. I think it's
fiance.
Yep. He shows up, but when she sees him initially, he looks like her father. Is it father or mother or the ghost? I mean, maybe it's the woman. It might be the woman in the mirror too. It's one of the ghostial people show up behind her, and she has been like picking up pieces of broken pottery and glass and saying, this isn't real.
Yeah.
That's not real. Like, and using her camera to kind of prove out, like, if I can't see it with my camera.
Oh, it's her mother. Hallucination of her mother attacking her again. Kaylee stabs it in the neck, only to realize she stabbed Michael, her fiance.
Yeah. Well, thank you for reading what I was trying to explain. All right.
But no, but
Good
like,
job,
yeah.
Jeff.
No, but you were saying, like, you know, there's the whole, like, trying to figure out, like, yeah, the what's real and what isn't.
Yes, and it's really cool. And like we talked about last week, if you're a regular listener, like something like this happened in a house, and it was cool in this movie. And there is like the brother Timbo comes down, and they're like kind of trying to suss out if this is actually Mike. Yeah. I think it's Mike, and he calls too, which we know we can't trust phone calls, but he's checking in. At least
not from inside the house. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. If the call's coming from inside the house, you cannot trust it.
Right. Yeah. Well, but because she was also using her camera on her phone to suss out this is real and this isn't real.
You just repeated me.
I'm sorry. No, I
suss out.
No, I thought you were saying just in general they were trying to suss out.
No, she was using her camera to see if the glass was real or not.
Right.
No, I'm messing with you, but I did say that. But she thinks that the glass isn't real that she stabbed the apparition with, and then she realizes with her camera that it's all real, and she freaks out. And then I think they go outside, and Timbo's like, we don't have to go back in there. I'm going to call for help, and let's just let the fucking kill switch kill it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, Tim, why haven't we done any of this shit? Why didn't we just kill the mirror in the first place?
Right.
Like, why did we let it grow its fucking, like, kill more plants in the house, which is basically saying it has a larger impact on the area, right? The farther its reach and death of plants, the farther it can impact you. Jason, you look like you want to say something.
I was just going to say her rationale for not doing that was that she wanted to prove that her parents weren't crazy people, that the last 11 years of her life, when anyone found out that, you know, her parents killed each other and her brother killed her dad, that, you know, it wasn't their fault. Like she is hell-bent on clearing the family name, if you will, right?
And I don't know if they because have I'm sure it's her that too would prove that.
Right.
Yes, absolutely, Jeff. Like yes, it's her.
Well, I mean, because it's like they are in awe when they see themselves, quote unquote, moving the cameras to face each other. That's not gonna prove shit or dick.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's gonna be like, okay, that's
you
cool,
did this. Good job.
Yeah,
it's like, it would be like Zach Baggins trying to prove that there's a ghost in the house with a video of him moving shit
around. It's like,
ooh. Oh my god, we got a Zach Baggins appearance here.
That's totally right. But now flash forward, they're in the front yard and they see themselves through the window, and they see themselves in front of the mirror, right in the direct path of the failsafe. Yeah.
The kill switch. Yeah.
The kill switch. Thank you. Yeah. So now they have to decide. Like this is very interesting to me. The whole concept of the doppelganger is endlessly fascinating, and I think they do a really good job of that here. Where it's like, who are we? Are we them or are we us? Right? It's this existential crisis that they have to confront, and they're kind of frozen by it. They don't know what to do. When you're confronted with something like that kind of breaks your whole entire sense of reality, what do you believe?
This is interesting to me, and I'm going to bring this in a different direction. And maybe something I've like explained on this. The first time I ever remember having a really bad night terror sleep paralysis situation is when I saw myself eye to eye. Right? And it totally fucked me up when I was sleeping, like bad.
Yeah.
Like it was like, you know, probably 12 seconds in dream, but it was like 2 hours of looping. I can't get up. I can't move. I can't do this. I can't do that. So I can imagine their paralysis in the situation of like not knowing what to do. And I don't know what I would do. I'd freak out. because I freaked out then.
Would you just run, and then would you question if your running is your perception of your real self running? Like, I mean, it's a crazy thing that is going to just destroy your mind when you think about it.
I probably just give up.
Even if that part of you,
I mean, that is kind of at the very heart of Lovecraft, though, right?
It's an existential crisis. Like, can I walk away from this? Do I lose any of myself if those people in there that look like me die?
Yeah.
Or am I not even really, am I having an outer body experience? And if those people die, am I dead?
Or are those just simply missed? You know, like, are they just
those
ghosts?
Tricks of the mirror?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, but they realize that when they go outside, they're going to call 911 because they gotta do something about her fiance. But they realize, or they think, these calls aren't going through.
Right.
It sounds like they went through, but apparently they didn't. So I guess we got to go back inside.
I don't get that whole rationale with this part.
I don't quite either, but yeah.
I mean, I think
it moves the story along.
Yeah, and I think they're too far gone at this point. I don't think they can think clearly.
But then they end up in like a couple different areas. There's a couple other sightings of Dad, I think.
Yeah, this
Some
is
of
where
what
the
you
past and
explained
present it's like they start to merge.
But then the brother finds himself sitting in front of the mirror alone.
Yeah.
In the room, and Katie's missing somewhere. I don't know.
Kaylee saw her mom.
Kaylee, thank you.
Yeah, and so she seemingly has in the mirror, and
she's embracing her mom, which is actually a really fucking cool shot when she reaches into the mirror.
Right, because she reaches in and the mom's reaching out, and then she just kind of merges into the mirror.
But it still looks like a mirror.
Yeah. It's a weird shot because you can tell that they had her framed and she was like reaching through a door frame, but they did something digitally in between them to make it look like
glassy,
glassy and kind of like dusty, right? To give it that texture and perspective.
Flat, almost flat look and part of it. Yeah. Yeah. Agree.
But so
but
like,
I don't.
And then she goes missing. Like at that point, you don't see her, quote unquote, again, or so you think.
Yeah.
This is like dimensionally weird because they're both theoretically in the same room. Yeah. She's in reality standing in front of the mirror. He should be able to see her, but instead he can't. Well, he cannot see her, and his Oculus are all fucked up.
I think that'd be a good poll quote for this movie. Dimensionally weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Please. So he runs over to the timer and he's like, I'm going to set this bitch that they had to change from.
I'm going to set this bitch.
I'm going to set this bitch. But instead he almost beheads a bitch because he changes it to 0 and it just kills.
Because like it goes in, but it doesn't hit the mirror. And then he realizes what he's really done, which is he's killed her.
Yeah.
And this is the part. So it's like he's like freaking out and she's like dying, it's like she's almost, like she's got her last few seconds here, which is kind of funny because like, this is the only, like, I mean, this is kind of her only way to go, basically, is dealing with this mirror.
She was consumed by it.
Yeah. She has been for a decade.
Yeah. The way that her parents were in the house by the actual entity, she was consumed by what happened. It's another mirror thing.
Yes. And at this point, like, he gets arrested again, but this time, once again,
frailty feels like frailty here too to me.
Oh, like 11 years earlier, he's like, it wasn't me, it was the mirror. The mirror did it. The mirror did it. And he's and they make the mention, it's like, oh yeah, he called this in. So yeah, the call got through to 911 when they didn't think it would. So at that point, their fates were sealed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At that point. That's why they went back into the house. They had no other choice but to, I think, at least. But this is the part that I thought was kind of heartbreaking was the part 11 years earlier when he's like the cops
Promising her.
come. Well, the cops come, and then they, without saying anything to him about why, they're arresting him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, that is like, I don't feel like that's a real thing that would happen.
He shot his dad.
But I feel,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how they would do that with a
especially
10-year-old.
nowadays. But
Well,
Especially when
he would get
the
straight
sister was
deported.
like, "No,
Yeah.
Dad killed Mom. It was self-defense." Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's like I feel like that.
they kind of
I
treat him a
think
little bit like
even-
Michael Myers here. Yeah.
he's
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
He's perp walked instead of detained.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Would be detained.
He would be
And-
detained and questioned, and like, what happened, because and then the sister would have been detained to ask what happened,
Yeah.
and they would have soon realized that they're telling basically the same story. I'm thinking the mirror was influencing the cops too.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, they're in the sphere.
They're in the sphere.
They're in the Oculus
They're in the sphere.
range.
Yeah,
I think this movie could have piled on. So if you remember,
like let's throw the fucking book at that kid. Let's pile on.
Well, what I
No,
mean, I think there's another stinger that could have really like hammered it home. So if you remember, the reason why she had her fiance call her at the top of every hour is because she told him that she was feeling uncomfortable about
Around her
being
brother.
around her brother, who she hadn't seen in 11 years, and wanted to make sure, wanted him to call her to make sure she was safe.
So the
Right.
boyfriend could have showed up. And
So if the boyfriend had showed up and said that, boom, that's like double fucking dog shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Double scoop dog shit chocolate motherfucker.
I wonder if Flanagan had to have had that in his mind when he
I would
set
imagine
up
so.
that
It's not exactly
fail-safe.
novel, but man, oof.
No, I'm not saying I mean,
It would have been like oof. But maybe
remember when
maybe
what?
it's smart that he doesn't. Maybe he trusts the audience enough to think, well, maybe they'll remember that and think of it.
Sure.
And in your mind, if that really did happen or didn't happen, you can have your own like conclusion about the fate of our poor Timbo. Yeah.
But it's also in 2013. This is a little prior to people like trying to well, no, I mean we watched Dog Day Afternoon recently. Like cops do fucked up shit like this without,
Yeah.
like they make assumptions and people die or people go to jail that don't deserve it.
Since
So having the
the
brother there, like actually give
existence-
credence
Yeah. Yeah.
to sorry Jason, but having the brother-in-law, future brother-in-law there to like actually drop the hammer takes away from
Yeah. I
that.
can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
But when he's put in the car, and it happens in 2002 and again in 2003, he sees the ghost visions of his parents in 2002, and in 2003 in the same window, the same look. But
13.
this time,
2013.
I'm sorry, 2013. The same thing happens this time. Kaylee gets added to it,
Yep.
so she's now going to be
It's
part of the
fucking
whole thing.
Return of the Jedi.
yeah.
But if it were the dark side, yeah.
It's Revenge of the Sith.
It's the dark side apparitions. Yeah. We got ours too, guys. It's so haunting of Hell House. Like, oh my God. It really is. I mean, it's kind of amazing to me, and it makes me want to rewatch it again. Because
It's that time.
it is that time. If you haven't seen it, Jeff, it's very, very well worth your time. It is one of the best tellings of that particular story, and one of honestly the best like haunted house stories I've seen on like video. It's really good.
You mean like outside of a medium, like reading it or something?
Right. Yeah, I mean, like,
Sorry, the way you said on video.
I know.
like,
I
I was like,
I didn't want to say on film because it's a TV show, but yeah, like visual representation, I guess.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought there was a new like form of viewership that
like
you
I
do.
watched it on I watched it on Oculus.
Oh no!
Oh, you did Five Nights at Freddy's on
I
VR?
did. I did. They're coming from those fucking like animatronics are coming from every angle.
From every angle.
Every angle.
So this is a movie like now after we talked about it, I think I gave it 3. The conversation makes me want to give it a 3.5.
I'd bump it up too. I really would. There is more meat on the bone than I initially realized, for sure.
Yeah. Aside from like trying to inform the audience, this is oftentimes really good for me to talk about stuff because I understand how I feel about things better when I talk about them, and I have to not argue, but like make my point clear.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, I mean, I was thinking about this all day today. It's like, how do I put into words what I feel like this is missing?
Yeah.
Right. And it's hard. It's hard to say because it's like, I want it to be more ambiguous, but I don't know if it can be.
Right.
I want it to be more like, I really want it to be more balanced, that maybe it's Kaylee who really needed the therapy.
She did. I mean,
she obviously did, but I mean, but like, I guess
the
what
most
I mean by that is
innocent of all of them is who paid the steepest, longest price. Like death is a pretty steep price, but like the innocent one did get the worst of it in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Not that Kaylee as a child was not innocent, but
I think you can still read it ambiguously. I really do. Because I think that if you think of it from the perspective of they both manufactured these ideas about this mirror, and she never got the help she needed, and he did. But then by being around her, just like her doctor said in the first scene, you need to take care of your own recovery, but he allows himself to slip. And then he again pays the ultimate price of like being framed or not.
Like a mirror.
Yeah. Like a mirror. And then he starts slipping back into the idea of trying to make excuses.
There is cleverness to the fact that he is impressionable enough to erase what he believed happened in the past in recovery, and then be impressionable enough to fall back into it. Right. Like it is telling you something about his character, that he can be tricked that way, one way or the other.
And I think if you think about viewing the movie entirely through his eyes, that you don't really know what happened.
Because he doesn't start believing it until something that they actually did convinces him. Which is even more murky, right? They move the cameras. It's on film. So you're right. You're right about that. And that's interesting in the fact that he can be an impressionable kid, an adult still. Like, there is. So Jeff, maybe that helps you. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit.
I still find that the best scene in the movie. I still find it so damn compelling that it like blows all the doors off of it.
Oh yeah,
right. It's like, of course this mirror is haunted.
Yes. Tell me more, Karen Gillan. I want, but just a little slower, please.
She had one preachy moment delivery in there that I did not like, but I can't remember what it was. But overall, yes, that's a fantastic scene.
I think it's when I think it's after she's gone through her primary spiel. I think what you're saying happens when he starts to push back on
and when she starts telling him that she starts to kind of like dig at him around his recovery.
I don't like it. I think that's it.
Because at one point she's like,
like,
they really
did it.
They really did a number on you. Yes. But I mean, again, lots to like in this movie. It just falls short from being great.
I think most people agree with that assessment, actually.
But it shows that Mike Flanagan's got got
Oh, yeah.
the chops.
It's
Yep.
proof of concept for sure.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And I
Like-
think, and I really do believe that it's a concept that he has honed over a lot of his work that he's done.
I like that he has found his groove in like what he, like you've already talked about all of it, the Stephen King, the ghost story, like what he is good at
Yeah.
doing. I'd like to see him author like a Stephen King thing almost. Like not author, but like write a movie that's in the vein of a Stephen King, but is all his
That's
own.
that's all his own. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think
Because this feels like this is kind of that, again, a proof of concept that, this could have been something like.
it's like Room 1403 or whatever that John Cusack movie is a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I don't mind that he borrows those concepts. Sorry, go ahead, Jason.
No, that's
I was
fine.
just gonna say, have you seen Midnight Mass?
Yeah, oh, it's fantastic. And that
That's
really,
that's
like,
original.
you're right. And it does, I don't find that very Kingish, but I do really like
do.
the skeptical.
I really do.
Well, I need to watch it again.
I really do.
I mean, they're like, I
think
don't know.
I think it's the most Kingish of his
I think it
miniseries stuff.
I think it delves deeper into religion than King normally does.
but it's very Salem's Lot.
Yeah, we got those kind of Father Callahan vibes a little bit in the early episodes of that. Like, I'm with you. Like, it is King. Like, it's obvious that Flanagan is inspired by Stephen King.
Yes.
I agree with that.
You know what wasn't
Black
very
Mass
good?
is awesome. No.
What?
The new Salem's Lot. That movie was not good.
Oh, I heard it wasn't very good.
Yeah, I
It was
fucking
not good.
I disliked it a lot. There was a couple cool things in it. but I
Couple
did
of
not-
cool things, but yeah, largely pretty bad.
It just rushed.
Was it just kind of like boring or?
It wasn't boring.
Cheesy?
It didn't.
Let's put it this way:
Didn't make
that
Barlow-
TV movie was so much more compelling and interesting.
Yeah, because
Oh, well, I mean, it's great.
Barlow is just a monster in
Yeah.
Salem's Lot
Mhm.
when
Yeah.
Barlow is so much deeper than that
Yeah.
in the story. And it's just like even
Yeah.
the kids just aren't like believable. Like there's a lot wrong with it, but there's some cool stuff in it.
Yeah.
There's a couple of cool things in it.
And it ends like in a lightning bolt.
Huh.
Like, it's like I'm watching this movie when
And now it's over.
it's over.
Yeah,
They got in a fight on a bus.
they got in the fight, and a bunch of vampires caught on fire.
I wonder what the story is on that. That's strange. Like,
Well, to think if it weren't for COVID, that was going to be a theatrical release, and oh boy!
But it might have been
It is-
better if it weren't for COVID.
maybe
Who knows?
it went through some bad changes.
Well, no, I think no, it was scheduled to be a theatrical release. I think it was made before COVID,
Really?
and then Warner Brothers just dumped it on the Max, and
Oh.
it's like, well, the schedule has passed us by now. We've got to just dump it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, it should have been a tax cut, probably.
probably,
Especially
Yeah,
since they probably bought the story for $1.
probably, yeah.
I mean, Stephen King sells
Yeah.
everything for $1. If they don't, maybe he doesn't own the rights to that anymore.
Did they send in the guy from RoboCop to buy that for $1?
I'll buy that for $1.
Anyway, we've gone way off the Oculus track.
Yeah. I'm sensing
We've taken our eye off the ball.
Ah!
Yeah.
I've taken my eyeball off.
Mm. That make good.
Well,
And hurt.
what's going on?
Next
What's
week.
coming out?
Next
What's
week.
next week?
next
We
week.
wrap up Ghosty Times with probably the best of the bunch,
Maybe.
The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
I was ready to say that, but Jeff wouldn't let me.
I always do this.
Did you
I always
have
do
a,
this
did you
part.
have a sixth
Sometimes
sense
you
that-
ask. Sometimes
you
you
would
ask.
say-
Hey,
Yeah,
what's
but
next week?
but if I don't ask, get the fuck out.
I
It's
didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. The Sixth Sense, though.
I didn't say
Sense,
nothing.
though.
Didn't say nothing.
very, very good fellas there all of a sudden.
Yeah.
The Sixth Sense. That's our big Halloween episode, which I would also say it's probably the one that is very clearly not a horror movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a thriller, but I wouldn't say it's a horror movie.
And it's sometimes scarier than probably 3 of the movies we watched.
Sure.
I totally
I'm sure.
agree.
Sure. But
Because there's
but
reality,
certainly, yes.
scariness to it.
Yes. And this is so this ultimately was a phenomenon.
Yes.
And we will talk all about that. That is on October 29th.
I'm very excited to talk about this.
Yes.
Very
I
excited.
think we all should be. I think we should all be. Go to filmseizure.com. That's where you can find all of the various shows that we do, where you can follow us on social media, where you can subscribe to us on the various podcast websites. Also, this upcoming Monday at filmseizure.com, all those other places, my last spooky monster Mondays for the month, that deal with that theme of alternate media, found footage / whatever. Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So a little bit of found footage, a little bit of alternate media, a little bit of mockumentary. So it's kind of the perfect culmination of all the stuff that I was going for with this.
That almost seems like it's too good for that. But yeah.
Well, I mean, the whole point of the show is to talk about what I like about it.
No, I understand that. Sorry. I'm just saying it's really good. It's a really good movie.
It's a very good movie. I mentioned how close it was to my top 10 list that year.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. So that is what's happening there. On my website, bmovieanima.com, the fourth entry in Black Horror Month is JD's Revenge. Pretty bitchin' possession movie if you guys haven't seen it.
I've seen
any prehensile penises in it.
No, but the science teacher from Gremlins turns into a murderous pimp-like character. It's fucking great.
Yep.
He is, and he and Lou Gossett Jr., there's no scenery left. It's all chewed up.
Wait, Lou Gossett Jr. is true. He's so understated most of the time.
Oh God, he is acting his ass off. He acts his hair off.
Am I wrong though? Because he always seems so.
No, I mean he's usually very controlled, but in this he's playing a preacher.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
I want to see this.
His opening scene is just flies off the handle. It's fantastic.
Nice.
It might be on Prime. Check it out. Anyway, so that is what's coming up next week. We're gonna see some dead people.
Maybe.
Anyway, I'm Jeff.
I'm Chuck Moore.
I'm Jason Oliver, and you have been listening to Film Seizure.